I really wanted to focus on how our drafting looks. So let me go to twitch.tv/follow Robear. Sure. Um, you have practice with comms. Talks about Heroes of the Storm. No. Do you have the game up there? Wednesday night Heroes of the Storm.
It was,
Game.
yeah, CCK. We have that one. Are you going to pull it up in Discord or?
No, no. I'm just looking at. I want to look at our draft.
And then also we can pull it up from Nexus too. So let's see
What's
here.
up, man?
Hey, boys.
What up, man?
You alright, man?
Yeah, I was hella
Knocked
asleep.
out?
It was just a
Okay.
matter of luck. I got up 5 minutes late.
Okay, I guess I can, give me a second here.
So, Kingo, I don't think. Do you think we need to review the actual gameplay or just draft?
No, just the draft.
All right, because that's kind of where I was at too.
Did anyone ever watch the game? I usually don't watch it when
Yep.
we lose, but
I
I
watched
actually
it.
watched it this time. And did anyone listen to the post-game interview? It's kind of interesting.
Mm-mm.
So, they kind of give some shout outs and stuff at the end, whatever, very, very end, but they just talked about stuff. And, obviously we were the team to beat because we were the champions last year. They were the champions of their division, stuff like that. But what I did pick up, which I thought was interesting, was it's something to think about. Not really saying we got to switch things up, but Beowulf, remember he played Soul Laner, and they got some coaching from Cavalier Guests. And then I think one of the things that he proposed to them, which makes sense, is if you're the main shot caller, because he was, it's hard to shot call from the solo lane traditionally, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then he was like, you probably, if you want your team to do better, if you're calling the main shots, then you should probably move into the 4-man. So that's one takeaway. The other one was obviously they got coached by Cavalier Guest, which he's like pretty well known. One of the coaches for the pro teams or whatever, or some aspect of it anyway. And he's like a good draft theory crafter. But either way, they were heads above where we were in a sense. But I mean, it is what it is. It's basic. I'm just saying, hey, they put in some work. They got some practice, and obviously their gameplay against us showed it. But
Okay.
that's it, really. It was just kind of interesting, just points of thought. So we can talk about the drafting. Let me see here.
I mean, I already got it. I already got it queued up. Oh wait, too far. Because we were first picking game one, right? So where are our thoughts with Tychus? Are we still trying to draft Tychus?
I mean, I guess that's the thing, right? It's like what Kingo was saying, and really the thing with Cassie and Tychus, whoever, like if we can't play them yet, we can try to learn them. It just will probably take a while, but we got to ban them, I guess.
I don't think Cassia is even that bad anymore. She took nerfs to everything last patch. One of those patches ago.
Cassie is still super strong, man. I don't know.
She's still strong, but she's not broken like she used to be.
Yeah.
I think she's more easily countered and easier to deal with than.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I mean, I don't particularly have much issues with Cassia. Again, like my bigger issues have always been with Tychus, right? And again, like I think we can understand game one. Maybe I played it a bit wrong because our draft looks pretty solid, right? We had the Tychus, we had the Li Ming, got rid of Chromie Hogger, Lost Vikings. I think maybe we were a little too scared of the Lost Vikings personally, but it would really hurt to lose the Lost Vikings as well.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that was the thought process then.
Yeah, and I think game one, we can call. I mean, I hope we can all understand. I probably should have played it back a little bit further than I did. But it's hard when you're playing Diablo and his only ability to CC or engage is to go forward.
Yeah, when I watched the replay, at least with the cast, we did pretty well like the beginning part of the game, and then they adjusted, I guess. and then you were just getting blown up. And I don't know about the angles too. Like sometimes, when you dive and we have some kind of way to pot shot him, or because you cover so much distance in your as Diablo, and we don't really have the way to catch up to you really, like to the way that's needed, because a lot of the distance was like so far, like it's like literally like 2 screens away from where you
Like
started.
like a blink charge.
Yeah, so then it's like stuck off is slow. I mean, any other follow up, unless they had the range to do it, would be hard to follow up. And then I noticed I was trying to blink just so I could try to land an orb as Ming, right? And it wasn't always that way at the beginning, because that first game, like we held it up for a while. I just noticed
Well,
that.
because they just use their shit to zone, right? So what ends up happening? I mean, because I remember at a certain point where I'm scrambling just to force fights, right? But I mean, between Kael'thas's Phoenix, between Hanzo's stupid arrow, between Diva's, I think she did bunny hop, right?
Yeah.
And then you have fucking Diva's bomb on top of that. Plus you have just Joe being Joe, right? Like, one, I can't gap close, right? And if I do, well, they're just gonna split us to hell, which they did, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, the only real way to do it is to hope you and Sticks will pot shot the Joe down. But honestly, man, I was getting zoned out and lit up
Yeah,
Kael'thas was just dropping fire on me left and right.
I did notice their focus was like on target. Like we had a lot of split engages. Some of the fights, like we were attacking from different angles. I don't know if we just had to regroup and attack from the same section, or
about that part. When I was watching it, I don't think we actually attacked from different angles. I think we let ourselves get a little bit too split, which is weird because we usually are clumped up. But once we were split, they were able to zone us out and split us up in the fight. Like it wasn't our doing in per se, but it was something that happened during the fight with like the dragon arrow. Like the dragon arrow came out, and it would split our party in half every time.
True. That's I do know that. So we have a problem of stacking, and we have a problem now trying to avoid shit too. So we'll have to figure that out. Kingo, do you remember a draft of game 2 or no?
I have it up, I think.
No, I don't really remember it.
So are we good? We're good with the draft 1? Did we?
I would say we were first pick, and then we banned Chromie. I mean, that seems strange because we could have banned Tychus and picked Chromie, and then even if they had Diablo, they would have to go. Like it seems like their comp is very like they kind of like trust in their bruisers and tank to live long enough. Which I mean, how they did it was actually pretty good. Live long enough so our tank will die. So I mean, if we run into them again, just remember that we can. I think we can. At one, I'd say Chromie would have done a better job than Tychus because what is the second game? What is it? The Zul went the block, not the block, the dodge, evasion.
Sure.
So yeah, that was annoying as shit with Tychus.
Yeah,
so, like I couldn't kill anybody.
Yeah, I get that. I get that struggle because game 2, they banned the Chromie, they banned the Malthael on us, right? We had the Hogger. I don't know, Kingo. What do you think of Hogger in the 4-man with Tychus? Is that enough?
I mean, I think it's enough. I think
it's enough with the. We didn't have wave clear though. I mean, because if you go in to try to wave clear with your bounce, you're probably gonna die, and I just don't have wave clear as Tychus.
Yeah, you think we needed like the ranged wave clear?
Like Jaina would have been probably nicer, so we could just clear from a range, so the wave will be clear, and then I can just chisel down ETC pretty easily with the bolts.
It didn't seem like I mean, I don't know. Just looking back at it, it seems like I just really wish we would have had a Falstad on our team to gank the Zul to make that part of the game easier.
Like 4-man Falstad?
Yeah.
I was even thinking about it. I mean, if they want to go something like what they did this last time, you could have gone. I mean, Diva could have double choke and you could have gone Zeratul.
Yeah.
And then you would just keep pressure on the. I mean, if I wasn't Tychus, I could have been like again, Jaina. Just clear and make sure they're not pushing that hard. With Mei, that Mei can do that. Just throw a blizzard, throw some blinds, and they're not pushing that hard. And then you would just gank Zool and make his life miserable. Would help us get to 16, and then once you're 16, which we should be fine. Especially with Jaina and Zeratul. Yeah, Jaina, Zeratul, 16. Jaina, Zeratul, Mei.
So maybe game 2, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely know I was a little tilted. Not like upset tilted, more just like I wasn't after playing a game like that on Diablo, it's really hard to kind of bounce back, you know?
Are there any games where you happen to lose on characters where you can bounce back? Like, is it Diablo
normally no. This is just like I felt useless all game. Like towards like after like Stick said, around the time where they got their ults and we got ours, I like slowly but surely became more and more useless to the team fight. I'm pretty sure I died the most in the entire game. Right? And it just felt like I couldn't make plays happen just because I'm Diablo and they had a lot of zoning tools, and when they weren't zoning, they were just beating the shit out of me. Like I literally watched Diva and Johanna follow me around. So
and I mean they focus fire really well. I mean, I noticed that, and then obviously they seem to do a lot of front to back for both games. Yeah, you died a lot, but I think it was just our,
how it is.
and I think it's our strategy too. Like, I don't know if we're so great yet at adjusting mid game. Like we have a idea and we just keep doing it until we keep hitting our heads against the wall. And I think that might have been a good time where like you just say, hey, this isn't working. We need something else. And I don't know what that would have been. You guys would know better, but I don't know if that's like flanking backside or going a different route than we normally go, or I don't know, right?
Let's say our best Tychus and Diablo. I mean, because you dive so far with Diablo, and you're diving a lot of times on the back line. And as Tychus, I mean, my job really, I can kill the back line, but it's not the most efficient person to kill the back line.
Sure. But I mean, again, like if you guys can't get to the back line, you guys always can just chunk down the front line too.
We can't kill them though. Like with Tychus, like I couldn't kill. Like I got so many people low, but then I guess with Diva and Hogger, because they're trying to go towards the back line too.
Okay.
So
we need more of a hyper carry.
Yeah, like with Grey, I would have felt better with Greymane, honestly. But besides that, like what was it, game 2? I lost my train of thought for game 2.
Well, game 2 was the Hogger Diva game.
Yeah.
Game 1 was the one that we actually stood a chance.
Okay, Tychus. If we do Tychus, I feel like we should do a Garrosh. So you can throw a tank into me instead of me trying to dash forward into a tank, right?
Okay, got it.
Because when we've done Garrosh and Tychus, it has been successful. We've done it like twice last season, I think, or in practice or scrims.
Okay.
And it is very successful. Because, you're throwing the tank into me and I can just kill the tank.
Sure, we can take a look at that.
Yeah, and then maybe just with Tychus as an example, we just might automatically be a front to back comp at that point, right?
Yeah.
You kind of have to be, right?
Maybe we just need to remember that. Because let me see if I look at game 1. I don't know. Yeah, we would just probably need to change our strategy up and just notice it better.
Yeah, I mean with Diablo, it's one of those things. It's like when you see a charge, you charge. Kinglish, if you guys want to ready up.
Oh, I'm on another.
When you see a charge, like I charge, like whoever I'm looking at, right? But that also takes them out of a fight for like 2-3 seconds, right? So I feel like when I do charge past the front line on Diablo, I guess maybe you guys just need more peel. Is that what you guys are telling me?
I don't mind not having peel, but if you charge the back line, like I'd rather have a chance of being there with you. Okay. Because if you're throwing all of your abilities at someone in the back, and I'm throwing all of my abilities at someone in the front, it's not very efficient.
Sure.
Because they'll kill you. Like if their tank just kind of turns around a little bit, they'll kill you before I can kill the tank, before any of us can kill the tank.
Got it.
So we kind of like, I know when you, I mean, I think that's just a Tychus problem. When you call someone in the back, like I really don't have a way of
Got it.
helping
So
you.
it has to just be in the front.
Yeah.
So, all right, then as a team, are we still looking at Tychus practice?
I mean, we could. I think we just have to adjust the other characters to like synergize
we were, like,
better. Like if you go to
stitches.
Diablo, then we just got to pick different characters.
Well, and remember,
be
we
with
still
Diablo.
remember.
I'm
we
down.
still-
I'm down
Go
with
ahead.
scrapping it. It doesn't feel like Tychus is like a TRSG player. You know,
Like-
I
He's
agree.
yet anyway.
yeah. Fuck.
I
I
prefer
mean,
it
I'll
with
tell you
Johanna.
this. I'll tell you this. I think Sylvanas isn't either, but I'm way more on board with Sylvanas than Tychus.
Yeah, we got a lot more
I mean-
reps with her too.
I kind of like when we pick a hero that Six can just go nuts and jump into somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Like sticks on Hanzo doesn't feel good.
But it
I
keeps
mean-
you safe.
Sure, but it doesn't feel good.
I think
been
it's.
doing
I think
some-
it's better than the Tychus and
Yeah.
Cassia. To be
Yeah.
honest,
True.
I think next time we see them, Silver. I don't think you're here for this though. Like we're just gonna draft to put Beowulf on like his 4th or 5th hero.
I'm down.
Yeah, just we'll ban. I don't know if he plays the Chromie or if the other guy does, but we can even let the Chromie through. Get rid of the Hanzo, get rid of the Sylvanas, get rid of like Jimmy, whatever his next one is.
I also like the fact that we don't even need to do that. We just fucking draft for us.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably
Pick
How
what
we
we
should
don't
be
want
doing
to pick what we don't want to play against. Right? Like I hate Tychus, and if we don't have an early pick Stukov, maybe that's a 1-2. Right? Chromie is an easy one if we don't want to pick it up, but Styx loves Chromie. Right?
Mhm.
So it's like one of those things. Maybe we just draft for us and then just take out shit that we either one know they're busted on or two just like don't want to play against.
Yeah, for sure. Something that occurred to me too, if you guys didn't know this already, because it's been kind of mentioned a couple times since we've been playing. So the way that I learn, sadly, is through other people. So I'm kind of capping myself because I'm not, for whatever reason, with this game, I like playing the game more than actually searching out how to get better. In fact, sometimes I don't even know I'm like doing bad at something, right? Or not doing it correctly. I just don't know. And part of me doesn't really say that again.
I'm gonna get some water, but I'm listening.
Okay. So basically when I think I'll probably be more willing to be in situations that I've never done before and I'm good with it. But obviously if there's things that come up, just don't assume that I'm going to know. So for example, Kingo made a good point about doing the W on Zool's, on Zool to kind of mitigate his damage that he does against the minion wave, or just in general, right? And then it's something that I
Okay.
didn't really think about. It makes sense, but as Diva, I just never thought about it. I just never even played that way. I played around it, really. And remember, I'm at like gold level, right? So
Yeah,
that's
and
one thing, and that's like everything. Like Falstad's level 20 gust into a wall. I didn't even know the mechanic worked until it was told, and it's not anyone's responsibility. And it's actually but I just don't know what I'm looking for, and I'm just playing half the time.
Dude,
So-
yeah, I don't. That was like a one misplay in an entire game. We got our ass kicked
No,
in, man. Like,
No, it's not that. I'm not saying like, hey, it was completely my fault. I'm just saying if there's something obvious that I'm not like doing, you're like, hey, did you know about this? Like, I'm totally good with that because I probably don't know. And that's all I'm saying. Because I don't like seek it out. I don't like read anything. I don't watch any streamers. Like all I do is play the game when I have a chance to play the game. And then outside of that, I'm just prepping for stuff. I'm not actively searching anything. And anything I've ever learned in this game is because I heard it from you guys or somewhere on a podcast or whatever, as an example. So I just want to throw that out there. So, if I'm going to be in these weird like flex spots, which I love doing, I just want to, whatever you think I'm supposed to be doing, let's talk about it before I actually, just assume you do it and then like, hey, how come you didn't know that? Like, how long did it take me? And I didn't even know how Deathwing functioned as an example, right? And I was like, I'll play it, whatever. So I was just.
I
wanted to point it out.
I don't give a shit about that. If you're learning, it's a good thing. Like,
yeah,
doesn't matter how you get the info.
Yeah, I think and you know this, dude. I mean, you played too many heroes.
I do. I like them
Right.
all.
And you were the one who was like, I need to pick heroes and then learn the ins and outs of them, you know? So, I mean, that's just where we're at, right? I mean, the Diva thing, you haven't been playing Diva that long. That's fine. No big deal. Same thing with Deathwing. With characters that we suggest, like, it's completely understandable, but you also got to get to that point where you got your characters you are, like, 100% comfortable on, and you do know the ins and the outs of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because personally, I'm only at, like, tank-wise, like, I kind of understand Blaze and a new Brack, right? But I don't know the ins and outs of him. Garrosh, fuck, I'm playing that guy like wrong half the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just you; it's kind of all of us. Like, I think Kingo is probably the farthest along, but he's also the one that's been playing just nonstop solo lane for us, like, this entire go of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and the reason I brought it up, it's just basically saying, hey, like, I'm open to whatever. Just talk to me about it. Like, I'm not even opposed to it. But and that's all. That's all I wanted to mention to you.